Hey clean freaks and germaphobes, what's up you guys? Today I want to talk about a new product that we recently reviewed. Now when it comes to technology, every once in a while some geniuses come up with a real game-changing product, and of course since we are in the cleaning space, we are always watching to find the newest, most innovative type of products that make cleaning our homes easier, faster, and also that actually do what they say they're gonna do. And we have recently reviewed a product. It's called the Tineco, and this is like, I would call it like a shop vac and a mop combined into a single handheld cordless vacuum mop. In our previous video where we reviewed this product, Janet did the review that talks about all of the specs of the machine, the cost, the warranty, all of those things that are important to know. So go check that out too. But for me, I wanted to see if this was, number one, really gonna clean my floors well, and number two, is it going to save me time? Because it's relatively pricey in my opinion. And for me, that might be okay if it really makes my life easier and gets the cleaning job done. So in this video, I'm gonna tackle two of my big floor cleaning projects that I have to do each week. One is my kitchen, and one is my mudroom. Now we've got a large tile surface in our kitchen dining room area, and it usually takes me quite a bit of time to vacuum it and then mop it. And I always recommend for anybody, if you're gonna mop a floor, vacuum it first, because otherwise you are just turning the dirt and the debris on your floor into mud as you take the mop and you mop it around. So in general, a good rule of thumb is vacuum before you mop. So for me, vacuuming and then mopping takes a good deal of time. And I feel like while it's not redundant in what vacuuming versus mopping does, it feels redundant going over the same surface after I've swept or after I vacuumed it to then go and mop it, if that makes any sense. So with the Tineco, you don't have to vacuum it first because you are actually vacuuming it and mopping at the same time. Pretty cool. So I thought I would time it and see how long it took me to clean my tile floors in my kitchen my traditional way, which is vacuuming and then mopping. And I actually use a steam mop to mop, and I'm going to time that versus how long it will take with the Tineco. I'm assuming it's going to make a difference, but is it going to make a big enough difference to justify the price of this product? So I'm going to grab my stopwatch. I'm going to first clean the floors with the Tineco, and then I'm going to go on vacuum and mop my traditional way, and then we'll see which one's faster. Here we go.
I told you I'm not yours anymore. No, I'm not yours. So why you?
A couple of things I didn't include when I was timing this was the time it took to take out my central vac hose and plugging it in, and then putting it away when I was done. Not that it's a huge deal or that it takes a lot of time, it really doesn't, but it is one extra step that I got to skip with the Tineco wet dry vacuum. I also didn't include the time it takes to get the steam cleaner, plug it in, and heat it up. I was actually heating it while I was vacuuming the floor, and I don't want to give any impression that I don't absolutely love my steam cleaner. If you follow our channel at all, you'll know that I am a steam cleaning addict. But I have to admit, it's nice to skip some steps just to mop my floor. So this particular model is the Tineco Ifloor S3. It is basically a smart wet dry vacuum cleaner. It has an all-in-one LED display. It has a smart battery and a noise optimization system that I found to be pretty quiet. It also has a self-cleaning system, so you never really have to touch the dirty brush. It is totally cordless, and I found that it was very maneuverable. It was almost self-propelling. It moved very easily. It also has a docking station where it charges and cleans itself. It actually talks to you to tell you when your battery is low or when it's time to operate the self-cleaning mechanism.
Not talking to you, but why you trying to hold on?
So I finished with the Tineco Ifloor wet dry vacuum almost a full 10 minutes sooner than my traditional mopping method. With the Tineco Ifloor system, it took me about 20 minutes. It took 29, almost 30 minutes doing it my old way.
All right, so I'm gonna sit here and relax a little bit while we continue to watch my traditional method of vacuuming and mopping. And while we're waiting for that to get done, I just wanted to say a few other things about the Tineco. So as a mom to four, including a toddler, I get a lot of wet messes in my kitchen. So I'm talking spilled milk, cereal bowls filled with cereal, spaghetti, like just messy, wet messes. A lot of times to clean those type of messes up, you know how it is. You gotta kind of gather up with paper towels this solid, wet, gross mess, and then you gotta get more paper towels and wipe it up again. And then after that, you still have to mop it up, and it's kind of tedious. And the funny thing is it happens for me at least on a daily basis, sometimes multiple times a day, where we get those kind of wet messes. And the thing that I've really enjoyed about the Tineco is I don't have to do that process of slopping up the spilled food and then wiping it down and then mopping it. It's like just one easy step. I grab it, it's already charged. I don't even have to worry about a cord. I suck it up and it mops it at the exact same time. And so messes that happen are no longer tedious. I find myself a little bit less irritated when they happen because it's like no big deal to clean it up. And that makes my home just overall a little bit more happy, a little bit less tense about messes that always happen.
I had so much fun trying out the Tineco that I decided to try to make my own messes just to see how well it would clean it up. I started with tonight's dinner, which was kale and sausage soup. The Tineco cleaned up the soup without any problem. At first, it missed that great big huge potato, but when I went back over it a second time, it got it up without any problems. I then just poured a glass of milk onto my floor and it mopped that up with no problems too. I tried mandarin oranges, which it didn't have a problem with. I tried a piece of banana. Of course, I had to smash it on the floor because by the time I find banana pieces on the floor, it's usually been stepped on. And finally, I just tried some broken up chips. I honestly couldn't believe how well it mopped up literally everything.
The other nice thing is when it comes to meal times, I mean, even my older kids, underneath their chairs where they're sitting at the kitchen table, I find crumbs and spills and messes. And so for me, I usually have to sweep the floor at least under the kitchen table every single day. And that's kind of a pain. But now I use the Tineco. It kind of sweeps and then mops underneath it. And so my kitchen table area, my dining room area has never, ever been cleaner. Yes, when I mop once a week or twice a week, depending on the week, it's clean then, but then throughout the week, you know, and then of course I vacuum frequently throughout the week as well, but generally throughout the week, the floor just gets more and more dirty until you're like, it's time to mop. But with the Tineco, every day I use it to clean up underneath the table and any other spots that have high traffic areas that tend to get messy a lot. And so my kitchen floor is super clean all the time, like clean, like you just mopped clean every single day. And it's because basically when you're running that vacuum mop over it, you are mopping. So I'm not gonna say it's like a game changer. No, actually I am gonna say it's a game changer. It has been an incredible addition to my home. And I think if I had to pick 5 things that I could not do without, that's gonna be one of them. You guys know I'm crazy about steam cleaning. I would never get rid of my steam cleaner. And I have a few other top picks that I would never wanna get rid of. But without a doubt, this is now in my top 5 list of products that I just can't do without. And so for any of you that are considering getting the Tineco shop vac, I know it's kind of pricey, but that's my 2 cents. That's been my experience with it. Again, if you want to see our actual review of it, Janet did that review and I'm going to put that video at the end of this video. Click on that and we'll see you over there.